As you see, guys, I got the membrane cut off of the ribs. You see a nice flat back on them. Like I said, these Smithfields, all you do is cut from the top, most ribs, and you can typically just pull. So what I like to use on my ribs, of course, hands are washed. What you first like to do is I use mustard. And I don't use it for anything other than I just need it for the base for my seasonings. So what you do is you don't go too heavy, but just something all around like that. Yep. And again, all we're doing is using the mustard as a base, which will hold your seasoning. Now, another good thing about mustard is that mustard has a lot of great marinade base in it that will seep into your meat, and it just holds a lot of great flavor, and mustard is really good for containing the smoke flavor that we're gonna look for. So I'm just gonna do these on both sides. And again, not too heavy, not something too heavy. You don't want to dominate or overpower the meat. But again, it's a nice little coat. Something nice and on both sides. And once we get that all nice and pretty, you just again want to get along the edges. Just like that, nice and easy, not too heavy. Let's wash our hands. Show y'all a couple of seasonings that I have, that I use. I like to use for my rib rub. Now, I like using Famous Dave's. Just got a new bottle here. Take the top off of Famous Dave's. I love Famous Dave's rib rub. Yep. Famous Dave's is really good. It gives you a nice little coat. It's got a lot of garlic, onion, a little bit of pepper, not too much of a kick. So all we're gonna do now, guys, is we just gonna sprinkle it all over your meat. And you wanna be heavy on ribs, because like all barbecue, especially all smoked meat, it's gonna start sweating. And when it sweats, a lot of the seasoning tends to roll off of the meat. So we almost want to, just like my jerk, when you watch anybody make any jerk chicken, that thing is almost dark when it is seasoned. We're just gonna turn our babies over. You see how it's not falling off? Notice when you marinate regular chicken, it typically, all of the seasoning starts to fall off as soon as you turn it over. That's what that mustard does for you. And for all those music guys, yes, I'm playing some Cool in the Gang. And we just gonna go on, season that thing. And again, I'm smoking on the Masterbuilt electric smoker today. Get around the edges there. There you go, that looks good. All right, and the last, what we do just to get a little bit of that smoke in there, we use that KC. All right. This has a little bit of a sugar to it, which is gonna add a little bit of a sweet feel to it. And this is gonna give it that nice dark red color. I'm assuming this is red. Y'all know I've been colorblind all of my days. There you go. You just wanna get a nice little base on that. And I forgot to plug that smoke in there from the beginning, the KC. Yeah, those look pretty here, guys. Pat that down. I love that Kansas City. It gives that, like I said, the sugar comes out in it where it doesn't make it too wet. I mean, too sweet, but it gives it just enough of that sweetness to where it doesn't overpower the other seasonings that you have on it. All right, one more coat on the front. Like I said, nice color. Trust me, we've been smoking ribs in the family for a long time. Some of y'all probably like, oh my God, that just looked like a lot of seasoning. Hey, all you do is sit down and eat. And we're done, guys. What I'm gonna do now, there we go. We are going to take our seasonings, push those out the way. I'm just gonna pour these bad boys and put them in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Okay? Just let some of that seasoning and that mustard marinate into that meat. And we just, like I said, we're just gonna sit these in the fridge for 30 minutes. I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Now, as you see on my smoker, I got this bad boy going up to 255. And it's about at 253. We're gonna go ahead and throw these babies on. I'm gonna show y'all how to load it up. I don't have my wood in just yet. I'm gonna show y'all how to load it up. This is just standard heat in here, guys. As you see in here, I got orange juice. I love orange juice with pork. It gives a nice little acidic, a little bit of a citrus kind of flavor to it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lay these babies in. We're gonna lay them meat side down. I'm gonna close that one down. You know, I'm from the country. We don't use no tongs, no utensils, or nothing like that. Of course, the hands is clean. That's the number one thing you need, family. All right, I got my meat thermometer in there to keep me red. All right, stay there. What's up, fam? Okay, we just put the ribs in the smoker. I got them going right now about 225. And they're gonna get up to 255 in about 5 minutes. They'll be ready to go. I'm gonna show y'all how to load the pellets. So what you do, I'm using hickory pellets right here. I love hickory. You can use apple wood. It's difficult finding the apple and the pecan pellets. If y'all have a link or something that y'all can send to me to where I can get the apple and the pecan, just send it to me. Loading your pellets is very simple. You take it here, you push it into the wood tray, push in, turn, and turn back. Just like at the bank, turn and unlock. From there, it's time to get our sip on. You can open the vent for however much smoke you want. For me, from the beginning, I'm gonna smoke these 2 hours on the meat side, then flip them over on the bone side. At that point, I like all the smoke I can get in the beginning. Now, afterwards, we're gonna open the vent up. We don't want too much smoke. But at about 2 hours, I'm gonna wrap them, and I'm gonna show you my other secret. This is where all the money comes. You take them off. I had to split them to fit inside of the smoker. So, here's where the heavy comes. You take regular butter, you just spray them. This just adds a little bit of butter, a little bit of love to them. Put your honey in some hot water just to get it a little more loose. You don't have to, again, you don't want to overpower it because it's going to melt and start seeping all over the meat. There you go. And then you're gonna take you some just regular brown sugar. What you want to do is just crumble you a little bit. And just crumble you some over your meat. And this is just gonna caramelize all over the meat. All right, just like that. Again, you don't need to put too much on it because it's gonna melt and it's gonna start liquefying and it's gonna move all over the meat. When I tell you, once you put it back on that smoker, you can't ask for a better cut. And we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. And as you see the bone, you're starting to already see the bone coming out the side, which that's letting you know those things are getting tender by the second. You want to be quick with this because you don't want to lose your heat. I got my little man in the background with all that noise. Shout out to all the fathers, man. Happy Father's Day weekend. I hope everything was amazing for you. Appreciate you answering the call to fatherhood. Just like that, man. We good. And what you want to do at that point, you're just going to wrap them up. Pack them in tight. You're going to try to seal them up as good as you can. And these are going to go back on the smoker for about an hour. At this point, we're not worried about too much more smoke. We're just getting them to just caramelize and soften up and tenderize just a little more. And we're gonna do the same thing for the second batch. And I'll be back with you in a second, all right? All right, got the ribs wrapped up. Now we're gonna take them back to the smoker. Again, we're not adding no wood to them. We're just gonna use the heat with the sugar, the honey, and the butter that we use to just tenderize them up for the next hour. These bad boys will be lovely and ready to go. We're gonna put them in the smoker, bones, meat side down, okay? And for those that were wondering, like I said, I put orange juice in my water pan. I love the way that orange juice or apple juice. Some people use pineapple juice. I just like orange juice and apple. The way it has that acidic flavor to it, it just sets the pork off really good. Another hour, we're gonna take them bad boys off and we good to go. And we cooking on, right now, I got it 235. Hey, what's going on, family? Hey, finally got the ribs done. We've smoked these bad boys 4 hours. We did 2 hours on the bone side, then we wrapped them and we sat them on the smoker on the meat side for another 2 hours. And then I basically wrapped them up, took them out, put them in the aluminum foil again, and just left them in the oven for like another hour, just on warm, just to sit and marinate. So now we got the finished product here. Let me show y'all something. Look at all that lovely goodness there. Let me show you there. Pull them over on one side. We got some nice ribs here. And we just cut these bad boys down the middle. I've let them rest for about 30, 45 minutes. Look at that. I'm gonna let the taster get some of that. Yeah, buddy. That is some goodness there.